Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We've got a new notification up here, which is we can establish a company. So, I don't know what companies the Ottoman Empire has, but let's go ahead and take a look. Actually, I'll pause. So each of these companies, when they're fully prosperous, have a little bonus here. So we're going to look at what we can get. So if we establish the grain consortium, that'll give us 10% livestock ranches throughput. That's not something I've noticed very useful. Ottoman plantations, and I'll explain kind of how prosperity works as I learn. Ottoman plantations gives us colony growth speed, which doesn't seem hugely practical. Ottoman paper increases bureaucracy. We've currently got 3 companies available. What are our attainable companies? Okay, I see. So we need particular businesses built in particular areas in order to be able to establish these different companies. So that'll be a process. That'll be a thing we'll work towards. Misler Spinning and Weaving Company will give us 10% loyalists from SOL increases, which is really, really good. Suez Canal Company will give us reduced trade route, bureaucracy cost, and convoy requirement. Tersani Amir will give us Navy defense. That's pretty good. Ottoman Tobacco Company will give us tech spread for production, which is nice. Alatini Mills will give us reduced radicals from discrimination and extra food industries building throughput. Chemin de Fer Orientaux will give us prestige. That seems really good. I just need a level 2 railway anywhere in the Balkans. That's very achievable. Unfortunately, though, our railways are not super productive at the moment. Imperial Tobacco Corporation of Persia. 20% tech spread across the board, but it makes the rural folk angry. I need tobacco plantations at level 5 or higher in any state in Persia, which Tabriz is, and which Tabriz can sustain. So that's an interesting option. Ottoman Agriculture Incorporated. That's livestock building throughput. I feel like that's the same as Grain Consortium of the Ottoman. Yeah, that's the same as the Grain Consortium. Fabric Guild of the Ottoman Empire, 10% textile mills throughput. Ottoman Plantation Fellowship, reduced radicals from SOL decreases. That's less useful to me. Combined Ottoman Silk and Dye Company, 10% influence. Ottoman Orchard Consortium gives us 10% prestige. So that'd be wine production, level 10, vineyard or banana plantation anywhere in the Empire. Anywhere in the Empire? Yeah, anywhere in the Empire. United Customonu fishery producers, extra convoys and shipyard throughput. Interesting. Huda Vendigar Forestry Guild, extra infrastructure from population. Then max infrastructure from population. That's pretty rad. Yeah, Eastern Thrace oil producers gets extra migration attraction. Gold Combine of the Ottoman Empire. Loyalists for standard of living increases in minting. Ooh, that's really strong. And all I need is a gold mine. Oh man, I might hold out for that one. Metal Guild of the Ottoman Empire. This gives me 10% steel mills throughput. That's not super exciting. Mineral Conglomerate of the Ottoman Empire. Pretty much the same. Fertilizer plants throughput. That's neat. Food Company of the Ottoman Empire. 5% birth rate. Ooh, that's powerful. Ottoman Home Goods. 10% loyalists from SOL increases. Just need 10% level 10 or higher glassworks or furniture manufacturing. I might be pretty close. And these buildings are but not currently increase in prosperity. Prosperity will increase while productivity is at 25 or 0.25 times the global average. Decrease while it's below 5 or 0.75 the global average, whichever is higher. Interesting. So I need to make sure I need to make sure that when I establish a company, it's a company that can stay productive for a long time. So Ottoman textiles is reduced radicals from standard of living increases. Ottoman steel is at 5% state construction efficiency, which is really, really strong. Metalworks Consortium, this is Army offense. Ottoman shipyards, Navy offense. Ottoman chemical, this is supply consumption. Motor conglomerate, formation travel speed, that's pretty neat. Konya munition conglomerate, that is minus 10% military goods cost. And finally, Eastern Thrace Electric, which gives us power plants throughput. Which seems pretty strong, but I'll probably have more slots by then. So that's interesting. I think loyalists from standard of living increases seems really, really good. I would love to have the gold combine for extra minting, but I don't think I'm going to have a gold mine anywhere anytime soon. Vendigar Forestry Guild is very tempting. The Orchard Consortium is also very tempting. Chemin de Fer Orientaux is 10% prestige. Right. The Alatini Mills for reduced... Oh, no, this is reduced radicals from discrimination. Where was that first one? That first one looked really good. Yeah, the Spinning and Weaving Company. Lower Egypt Textile Mills. So, does Lower Egypt have textile mills already? It does. And how are clothes in our market? They're doing okay. So I think we're going to make this not necessarily a priority, but we're going to build up to that point. All right. And then we're going to upgrade our artillery pretty soon, in a few years. So now, what am I going to do with my politics? I think I'm going to move to freedom of conscience. That's going to make the Intelligentsia happy, and then when I fail their petition, they're not going to be super duper mad. That's the plan. This is probably going to activate a rebellious movement from the Sunni Ulema, but we'll have France to help us in that. Yep, there's the movement to preserve state religion. It's actually not that strong, so... And the Intelligentsia are happy enough at this point that they're not going to bail on the government when I completely whiff on right of assembly. So we'll see how things go with that, but I'm pretty optimistic. I'm happy this is not as strong. And then I'm thinking after that, maybe we'll work on, some kind of representation-based situation. For the moment, we're going to chill internationally because I'm trying to get my image better in the international world, but that doesn't mean we're not necessarily going to reduce the autonomy of Romania. Romania is still very pleased with us. Serbia is still pleased with us. So I can probably safely reduce those countries' autonomy without affecting my relations with them, but there's a question of whether or not I'll affect my relations with other countries in the area. Again, Russia is very salty with me, and Austria-Hungary could be happier. You don't want a defensive pact. Hungarian attitude is cautious. Number of Austro-Hungarian defensive pacts. What kind of a government are you running, Austria-Hungary, right now? A Kaiserreich, an autocratic monarchy. Will actually be very close overall in strength. Okay, so we have 12.3% success chance, 32.1% stall chance. So let's see that Desperate Allies event. Some pops living below. Oh, iron is expensive again. Well, iron is doing that. Backroom dealing's exposed. I don't like that. Prominent members of the Intelligentsia, outspoken supporters of freedom of conscience, and close allies of Mustafa Rashid Pasha, have been exposed in a corruption scandal, having exchanged political favors for personal gifts. One aide was all it took, one boy squeezing acting from his face in the right place at the right time, to overhear the howling laughter, smell the rich tobacco blend, and spot Mustafa Rashid Pasha's new golden cufflinks. One honest fellow's word to the right ears, and it was all uncovered. So, such is the nature of politics, this reduces enactment chance. Throw them to the wolves, we must clean up this mess. This reduces enactment chance and gives us a bureaucracy penalty. Or we can derive some benefit from participating ourselves. This gives us a setback and doesn't give us any additional enactment chance. It just makes it faster, and that's not useful to me. So I'm going with the middle one. We'll reduce our enactment chance, but hopefully we'll be able to get a good debate result going forward. We've almost got Tabriz incorporated now. We're about halfway there. We are going to take some hits to the bureaucracy, so I'm going to go ahead and get a few more of my government admins built up to standardized filing system. There's Screw Frigate. That unlocks a new production method for our, we'll finish it out. We only got a dozen or so more levels. Central Archives, filing cabinets. The use of filing cabinets in the government administration has drastically increased the effectiveness of the state bureaucracy. The future isn't in flying like a bird, nor in roaring along in a train. No, the future is in filing. I love bureaucracy. This gives us 5% extra bureaucracy. That might be useful given what we're trying to do right now. Or store information about the citizens. This gives us progress towards ID documents. I gotta go with that tech progress. I talked myself out of it immediately. How goes our process of improving our relations with the Persians? Ooh, that is a significant increase in cost, and that's probably down to increases in paper price. So let's go ahead and increase our paper production facilities again. Build up. This is going to be here with us for a bit, I think. Because I think at this point, I've got to get this, I've got to get this railway thing going. It's going to take so long. Oh, interesting. My construction sector feels like my construction capacity is way higher than it was before. But maybe I'm just not right about that. We'll see. Can I get someone who's interested in helping out with this whole... Well, why would you do state atheism when I've already got a movement, when I'm already doing that other thing? Alright. Well, nobody I'm interested in pulling into the country right now. Come on, you can do it. 2.3%. How do we lose our... See, this interest's falling down thing, I don't love it. It's not my favorite. British war with China, interesting. Ooh, law debate success, wonderful. 2%? Oh, no, that was a debate result. Yeah, because we still got a big 56% debate result. And those can turn out to be a positive event, or they can turn out to be just a positive or negative debate result. So here's hoping things improve with that. We're still working on getting these railways built up. How's engines doing? Engines is doing just fine. The grain continues to be expensive. These will definitely be more productive if I stop producing liquor now, so I'm going to go ahead and do that for those food industries. I really need to get canneries. So for wheat, I think we can go ahead and... Wow, Yemen's producing a ton of wheat. Heck. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get the rest of these over into soil enriching farming. And that should drop the cost of grain. Beautiful. Alright, that dramatically increases. I had no idea Yemen was such a massive hub of wheat production. That's absolutely bananas. Excuse me? The fascist French Republic? Well, that's not good, friends. Oh boy. And I thought I was going to be relying on France for help. Okay, so what's going on here? We got the French Republic, the Second Republic. They are a presidential republic with wealth voting, free trade, laissez-faire, cultural exclusion. And the fascist French Republic is a landed voting monarchy. I shouldn't even be popping fascism this early on in the game. That's wild. Austria-Hungary, what are you doing? Huh. France will potentially cede me a state if I grab Guyana. That might give me the capacity to. Well, I don't want to have an overseas territory right now. Transfer of subjects. I can get Tahiti. Why don't you just pay me for it? Why don't you pay me for it? Once the whole war ends, you'll give me the cash. Escalation is continuing, right? Yes. So, but I have a defensive pact with you, so this should be automatic. Or I could get an obligation. That said, cash would be... I prefer my obligation in cash, so that I can continue to expand my armed forces. Alright, so that's going to cost us a barrel full of money. Going to pause constructions for the time being. And let's get some armies going. So, I'm going to put my main army on the Austrian front. A secondary army on the French front over here. Can't get there? You having a problem? There we go. And the army of Constantine will put on the main front. And this front's priority will be to get a hold of Austria, to push Austria-Hungary out of the war. Both sides are feeling cocky. Let's see what that does. I think we can drop military wages back down. I don't necessarily feel super confident in... I don't necessarily feel a strong need to for lack of a better word, to try hard this war. But I do want France to win, because I don't want fascists in France. That would be a real problem for me. Come on, freedom of conscience. Give me something good, baby. Give me a good event. Hey, law debate success. Wonderful. Puts us up to 22%, nearly equal success and stall chance. are these armies going? Oh, they're going over to the front in southern France. Finances are doing okay. I could activate some conscripts. I'm going to activate the conscripts for my reserve army. Is this smart? Am I a smart person? Signs point to no. Let's raise the conscripts for the big main army. But only those ones. Because I want to keep this number in check. I don't want to get too far off. Oh, and then we'll have the food industries produce the liquor that we need. You need to keep remembering to do that. A lot of countries are neutral. Austria-Hungary is still participating. Austria-Hungary, I don't know why you think this is your business, but it's not, and I don't like it. I don't like it that you think that, and I wish you would dial it back. Oh boy. Yeah, we got some... Well, I don't need to be exporting artillery. This seems very optimistic. Oh, there's water tube boiler. Excellent. Well, for one thing... Oh, I didn't get my other... I'll leave that for now. For one thing, we can for sure get using more tools to produce more materials. Tools and coal. So what does that do to my materials market? It definitely increases the demand for coal, that's for sure. Really, plus 50. Alright, well, we'll resume construction then. We are winning against Austria-Hungary on the battlefield, though, so I'm feeling pretty happy about that. And we are apparently advancing unopposed against fascist France. You gonna attack here, guy, or... Oh. I didn't tell him to attack. Let's attack. We'll advance unopposed and be huge advance lords. Looks like fascist France decidedly has the advantage, but once I'm advancing unopposed in southern France, I should be, yeah, here we go. I should be getting control of territories. Hey, there's a lot of debate success again. Wonderful. I should be getting control of territories and advancing the front and creating a lot of occupation, and that should be positive for us. Cool. There we go. I'm taking Provence. Got my army in reserve in case Austria-Hungary tries anything. And is Provence fully occupied yet? Not quite yet, but we're getting there. As long as these unopposed advances are happening, I'm going to be able to go as far as I wish, as fast as I wish, and that's going to be a very good thing for us collectively. Still continuing to build up these railways. I wonder if it was actually the private sector using the investment pool. Yeah, that's what's causing this bounce up and down for my investment pool, because it's for my finances. It's the investment pool using more or less of the construction capacity that we have. That's why that's causing silliness. We are advancing here in Dalmatia. I think we got Dalmatia fully occupied, or very nearly so. I'd love to have Austria and Montenegro. There we go. We got all of Provence occupied, and we're occupying Rome now. And we're still advancing unopposed here, which is pretty good. So I'm hoping we'll be able to fairly quickly eat into... Yeah, so we've already inflicted moderate occupation on them, and that's giving them a war support drain. It's not... It does exceed our side's war support drain, and obviously the establishment has advantages over the rebels in a rebellion. We've got Austrian forces continuing to pour into the main front, but, you know, moving forward unopposed over here has largely been a success. And moving forward against Austria-Hungary, I feel like has been a success, at the very least, for goofing up their economy and whatnot. You know, Austria-Hungary, it's a shame, because I genuinely feel like you and I could be great friends if you hadn't just gone and interfered with my allies' sovereignty like this. Okay, here we go. The enemy has moved a few armies here to oppose our advance into their territory, but we're still largely winning here. Pretty good occupation amount now. They're losing a lot of battles. And hopefully we're pressing forward towards the occupation of part of Austria, the state. It does look like they are pretty much failing to win against us right now, so I am feeling pretty good about that. Well, we're losing over here, but that's probably just an armies ratio situation. Hey, we're in consideration. That's very good. In 3 months, the Intelligentsia are going to be big mad, but I'm hoping they stay in the government and we don't have a problem. Looking good, looking good. Finances are a little rough, but that's okay. Because we're still building. We're still building up. We're still doing what we need to do. And I'm pretty pleased with that overall. And I'm pleased with how the war has gone, right? Like, we've achieved a lot of early success, not as much as we would have had I realized we were not advancing, but I think we can win this war. Has the enemy got Ile-de-France occupied? That's the question. No. They haven't, and if fascist France continues to lose war support, then they will lose eventually. I'm gonna make a little gamble here. And I'm gonna not leave anyone defending my home front, and we'll see if that works. I'm gonna deploy this army to the main front, and I'm gonna raise its conscripts. We're still fighting in Croatia, it appears. Ooh, big battle happening over here. How's our infamy? 14.3. Pretty low. Pretty low. Feeling pretty confident. Our overall trajectory is very good. This front here is worrisome, but France is still winning, and, you know, I think I anticipate success. I'm going to move my navy to this sea node. And can I change... Oh, this is totally different. Hold on. Coordinated interception. Increased casualties taken, increased offense. Raid convoys, escort convoys. Organize merchant convoys. Interesting. We're gonna raid convoys. That'll mess up Austria-Hungary a little bit. I realize I'm leaving myself kind of unprotected here, but it's not a tragedy if I get pieced out of this war, because there's nothing at stake for me as a country. Except for, glory and all that. And I'm feeling pretty glorious personally already right now with all of the stuff I have accomplished. Including my move towards freedom of conscience. Hey, Austria-Hungary finally bailed. Cool. Yes, and my armies are going towards the main fronts. So that's probably the nail in the coffin for fascist France. So yeah, feeling pretty good about that. This war is almost assuredly going to be complete by the end of the year, I'm hoping. Public address goes awry. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of freedom of conscience by Mustafa Rashid Pasha has quickly devolved into a public relations disaster for the Intelligentsia. Fumbling his way through a series of poorly presented talking points, Pasha's arguments have been viciously and convincingly picked apart by his political opponents. The question on everybody's lips now is merely if this mishap is due to the inherent failings of freedom of conscience, or can be chalked down to the political incompetence of the Intelligentsia. It's the fault of this poorly thought-out proposal this costs us 15% enactment chance. Pasha must take the blame for the setback, 10% enactment chance loss. Makes him less popular and weakens the Intelligentsia, or scrap the current draft and make a show of a rewrite. This gives us 10% enactment chance, but 1 setback. I'm going to go with this last one. I can take a setback for 10% enactment chance under these circumstances, and I really feel quite confident that all other things being as they are, I can get forward with a fairly solid result with 40%. I might even be able to do it in the next 2 passes. And if I don't, it's not a tragedy. So, alright, excellent. And the enemy, as a rebel faction, is losing war support, whereas our France has war support protection. So I'm feeling good about that. Austria-Hungary, why are you feeling wary about me? Why can't you be happy for me? Austria-Hungary, I'm living my best life right now. Is that Dietz? I don't know, you. And then in another year, we'll have shrapnel artillery, and that'll put us ahead of the curve militarily. We're still kind of in a funny place with our prestige. Neck and neck with the United States. Really trying to get that image up. Oh. We had some fronts go funny. So let's grab our smallest army and go over to the secondary front. I'm going to put you on advance. And all of our armies are currently on advance, right? Yes. There is an enemy army moving over there, but we might be able to get a battle started before we get there. No, we will not, but I think we can still win. Alright. No fascism in France. Hey, and Russia decided they were happy to reconcile with us. That makes me very happy. Let's improve relations. I'm happy to be improving relations with Russia. I very much prefer to have them as an ally, particularly if that means my designs on Persia can continue to advance unobstructed. That would make me very happy. Because I would love to slowly eat Persia. See, so I've talked a little bit about protectorates in the comments. Persia is big enough that eating them as a protectorate is the preferable strategy. So reducing their autonomy isn't costing me 8.1 infamy, but that's actually not that much. Hey, Great Britain, you still mad? So they expelled my diplomats. How long ago did they expel my diplomats? Can I see that in here? Looks like not. You want an alliance. I don't necessarily want in on your offensive wars, French Republic. Not right now. I'm trying to sort out my own nonsense. We've still got our defensive pact. And I'm pretty pleased with that. Come on, 42%. Let's do it. This is going to mess up my finances just a little bit. But, you know, I think it'll be the right call overall. Alright, we got the secondary front closed out. So now it's just a matter of moving forward with the main front. Yes! 51%. Heck yes. And that looks like we are heading towards the end of the war. 7 exhaustion per week. Might not get it done during... Hey, there it goes. Alright, that is the end of the war. We've defended our friends in France, and we've successfully gotten ourselves in a position to enact freedom of conscience. I'm feeling very optimistic about the future. I'm feeling very powerful. And, yeah, Ottoman... We're getting down there in infamy again, which means we can start reducing the autonomy of some of our protectorates. So yeah, we'll see how things go. But that's all we've got for today. So I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you all on the other side.